Planet Hollywood is a themed restaurant chain that opened in 1991. Thank you for your suggestions.
Now you can experience all the excitement of Planet Hollywood at home with Planet Hollywood The Game, the new movie game everyone can play in a race against time.
Name actors in action movies.
Schwarzenegger.
Stallone.
Willis. Name movies you've stood in line for.
Ghost. Top Gun.
The answers are unlimited, but the time isn't. Planet Hollywood The Game, now playing everywhere.
Independence Day. Yeah.
The first Planet Hollywood restaurant opened in New York City in 1991, but the events leading to its inception can be traced back almost 20 years before that date. In 1972, a young man named Robert Earl opened a dinner theater in London called the Beefeater, which offered customers, mainly tourists, a medieval-themed dining experience. Earl possessed the talent for creating entertainment-based restaurant concepts that drew large numbers of customers. He soon developed the Beefeater into a popular local success, which prompted him to open other themed restaurants nearby. In the late 1970s, he created Talk of London, Shakespeare's Tavern, and the Cockney Club. Earl would later help the eastern region of the Hard Rock Cafe chain grow from 7 units to 20. During that time, Earl met film producer Keith Barish, who soon became his business partner and the co-founder of Planet Hollywood International, Incorporated. Earl and Barish shared a belief that music, movies, and sports could transcend all barriers, language and otherwise, that separated the people of the world. The two men decided to capitalize on the worldwide appeal of the film and television entertainment industry by opening a restaurant based on that theme. Dubbing their creation Planet Hollywood, Earl and Barish opened the restaurant in New York City in October of 1991. The entire purpose of an establishment like Planet Hollywood was to provide guests with a movie-themed experience unlike any other. In order to project an image of genuine star power and blockbuster appeal, Planet Hollywood employed a number of the world's most famous movie stars to promote the chain. Planet Hollywood was immediately successful, drawing crowds of people who often lined up outside the restaurant for hours to get tables. Part of the restaurant's appeal lay in its museum-like quality. Its decor consisted of a multitude of real film and television costumes, props, and memorabilia. The genius marketing strategy used by the restaurant's founders accounted for the rest of the attraction. They asked celebrities such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, Demi Moore, and Whoopi Goldberg to act as the restaurant's investors/owners. Every once in a while, these celebrities would stop by their restaurant to check in and mingle briefly with their fans. Although this did not occur all that often, customers still flocked to the restaurant in hopes that they would be one of the lucky few to dine with the stars. Earl and Barish began planning the worldwide introduction of the additional Planet Hollywood restaurants and started by recruiting more celebrity investors for the new locations. Coming on board were film actors Don Johnson and his then wife Melanie Griffith, director John Hughes, comedian Roseanne, and actors Tom Arnold, Wesley Snipes, and Danny Glover. By mid-1993, Planet Hollywood International had opened new restaurants in London and Southern California and was completing the construction of a 4th unit in Chicago. Typical restaurants seated over 200 people and contained film props and floor layouts that were unique to their locations. Different items on display throughout the chain included Dorothy's dress from The Wizard of Oz, the pottery wheel used by Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze in Ghost, a replica of the castle from Dracula, the Batmobile, the Flintstone buggy, and a plastic model of the meat slab that was pulverized by Stallone in the film Rocky. Customers were also treated to celebrity handprint walls and big screen televisions, which played promotional clips for upcoming movies. Hard Rock Cafe filed suit against Planet Hollywood, alleging Earl had engaged in the appropriation of trade secrets. They also believe that Earl's Planet Hollywood's chain was a ripoff of the Hard Rock Cafe concept. The case would not go anywhere. By the end of 1993, Planet Hollywood had not only opened 2 new restaurants in Washington, D.C. and Cancun, Mexico, but it also signed leases for 5 new units in Phoenix, Arizona, New Orleans, Louisiana, Aspen, Colorado, Maui, Hawaii, and Minneapolis' Mall of America, which was the largest shopping mall in the U.S. Each opening was a gala event, drawing enormous crowds of people to catch a glimpse of the many media personalities who made appearances and celebrated the new successes. By the end of the first year, the restaurants would generate almost $15 million each per restaurant. Planet Hollywood's concept was a marketing boon for them. Each unit sold licensed Planet Hollywood merchandise as well as serving food and drinks. Items of all kinds were sold, from keyrings and t-shirts to sweatshirts, watches, and leather coats. Sales of this merchandise helped boost Planet Hollywood's profit margins considerably above those achieved at other restaurants that relied solely on food to bring in profits. Merchandise became so popular that within a few years, the company began to open separate retail stores called Planet Hollywood Superstores, a move that further increased yearly profits. In 1994, Planet Hollywood continued its aggressive expansion program, and units continued to open worldwide. With their success, similar theme restaurants were conceived, including the official All-Star Cafe. Also in 1994, the company opened what would soon become its highest-grossing Planet Hollywood unit in Las Vegas. Unlike most previous units, which seated approximately 250 people, the Las Vegas restaurant was designed to seat 500. Planet Hollywood was composed of 18 units around the world, and the company was projecting the addition of 17 more during 1995. The Planet Hollywood chain was expanding almost on its own, so Earl decided to begin focusing his attention and energy on other avenues of growth while the chain took care of itself. The company decided to go public in 1996. Not only was the stock offered to the public, but the company also convinced MBNA to issue Planet Hollywood Visa credit card, which gave cardholders priority seating at the restaurants. A joint venture with the ITT Corporation was also formed to develop Planet Hollywood casinos in Las Vegas and Atlantic City in the future. The company would reach its peak with at least 60 worldwide locations and tallying $500 million in sales. By the late 1990s, Planet Hollywood and other competing chains began to suffer financial setbacks. Their stock price began to falter as skepticism about the future of the company increased. Despite a rise in profits and revenues in 1996, an aggressive growth strategy fueled speculation that Planet Hollywood would not be able to finance its rapid expansion. 1 year later, those doubts became certainties as the firm reported a $40 million loss in the fourth quarter. Management's narrow focus on diversification became apparent as the firm's core business, the Planet Hollywood restaurants, began to show signs of neglect. Menu prices were high, food was mediocre, and service was below average. In August of that year, Planet Hollywood had to deal with yet another problem when a bomb exploded in one of the franchise restaurants in Cape Town, Africa, killing 2 people. This tragedy was coupled with a loss of $244 million the company suffered. On October 12, 1999, the company declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The management placed blame on a loss in revenues, increasing costs, including those related to expansion, a decrease in customers, and an increase in competition. Planet Hollywood set out to restructure itself. Its efforts included closing and selling poorly performing Planet Hollywood restaurants and official all-star cafes. On May 9, 2000, Planet Hollywood emerged from Chapter 11 after receiving approval for its reorganization plan. The restructuring left the firm with a cash infusion, allowing it to rebuild itself without the burden of major debt. Improvements in the restaurants included new menus, updated decor, and new products. Arnold Schwarzenegger himself cut ties with Planet Hollywood in 2000, stating he was disappointed that the company did not continue with the success he had expected and hoped for. In October of 2001, Planet Hollywood International filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy again. Blaming the economic slowdown from the September 11th attacks, the company had $135 million in debt. In 2007, Planet Hollywood Las Vegas would open a 64,000 square foot casino resort that had 2,494 hotel rooms in the former Aladdin Casino location. By 2010, Planet Hollywood Resorts International, LLC, signed on with Wyndham Hotel Group to develop franchises for the Planet Hollywood Resorts in September of 2010. In May of 2023, the Planet Hollywood restaurant, located in the Forum Shops at Caesars, was permanently closed. The restaurant had been located at the Forum Shops for 29 years. Today, the Cafe Hollywood at Planet Hollywood Hotel Casino remains open. There are also a few Planet Hollywood resorts and hotels that are still in operation. A handful of standard Planet Hollywood restaurants continue to operate, including one in Malta and the other at the LAX airport. Additionally, the company maintains a small group of luxury hotels and resorts, including locations in Cancun, Mexico, and in Goa, India. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.